Okay, so I got my sled back there attached to me with the dog leash. Got my skis on, and I do have a dog. It's very warm out right now. I think it's like 40 something degrees. The snow is wet, and we're gonna try to do an overnight. It'll be the first overnight with Yuji and I where we aren't car camping. We're leaving the van behind. We're gonna ski in a couple miles, and you'll see when I get out there. I actually have a camp set up. A spot picked out, and I've already left some wood there. So when we get there, we'll be able to have a fire, and I got a tent and everything. Of course, food and everything we need on the sled. So we're gonna get going and see how it goes. Hopefully it doesn't rain, because it's been calling for rain, and it's obviously gray skies, but it's not raining now. There's a little bit of blue sky up there, so I'm hoping for the best. So there's my sled and the dog. We've gone off the main road, and now we're starting to go up the secondary road. You can see a few tracks in here, but those are all mine, because I've been coming up here, scoping this out, because it's our first time out with him and me and no car nearby. So I want to make sure I got everything right. It was supposed to rain, but the sun's out. So I'm hopeful. We're pretty close to camp now. I'm hopeful we can get there before, if it rains, and set up. You can see the slopes. There's actually slopes back there and up in there. Skiable slopes, and kind of a nice open forest with large ponderosas. So we're heading up the hill. So this is what my sled looks like. That's all my camping gear in that bag, and a saw and a hatchet and some rope. This big thing's just my sleeping bag. I bought a big huge synthetic sleeping bag since the weight wasn't a real concern. There's a little pad, that's the tent, some other stuff, dog pad. Here's my stash of wood that I stashed up here the other day. I'll show you that later, I guess. And this is where I had a little test fire the other day, and this kind of melted out here because I dug this out from my tent the other day. So that's kind of interesting. Yuji's found a stick and he's having fun with his stick, more like a log, and it's still kind of sunny out, so pretty nice at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and get the tent up at least, and have a place to keep things dry in case the rain does come. Okay, so the sun went away, clouds moved in. It hasn't rained. It's still broken clouds out that way, so I'm not sure that it's gonna rain, but it could. But anyways, I've got my tent set up and everything's in there. The only things that are outside are things that can get wet, like shovel poles, skis, and sled. And my firewood's still covered, and I got a fire going. It doesn't look like it, but it is going. It's just buried inside there. It hasn't. I just lit it a few minutes ago, but it's gonna succeed, because I've already tested this wood. You can kind of see the blackness on some sides of the wood. It's good wood. It's gonna burn. Yuji's having fun playing with my sticks, messing with my firewood. Get it, Yuji. Get it. Yeah. And yeah, so they were all set. And probably do some exploring. I think there's some other campsites to check. Well, you can't see it, but over there's some big trees out that way that kind of look cool. I'll probably check that out a little bit and have a fire for a while, and won't be much longer and it'll be dinner time. last night, but it's funny, it really didn't rain last night. I mean, before dark. It only rained when we were in the tent, basically. So I got my fire out, camp all cleared. I'm leaving the wood because I think I might come back here. Got my sled all packed up. Yuji's ready to go, and I'm ready to go. So it was successful. Weather wasn't that great, but it was our first night out without a car. And it worked fine. Okay, well, we are back. We back to the van. There's a few people here now. 2, 3, 4 cars. A couple of them are snowmobiles, and I don't know what the other. Skiing's not that good. Snowmobiles not that good. It was kind of interesting coming down with this sled. It's like, it just likes to go. And coming downhill with that thing was kind of crazy. Dangerous. Well, I don't know if it was really dangerous or not, but it was certainly out of control at times. But a learning experience, and we made it back, so it's all good.